Yo, so today we're not gonna talk about politics, but we're gonna address the world through the eyes of a man who had all the qualities of a great human being, the famous Anthony Bourdain. Now, Anthony Bourdain, he spent more than 30 years, if I'm not mistaken, working more than 10 hours a day, standing in front of a hot oven, making food for strangers. And he was very, very passionate about it. I mean, me personally, when I discovered Anthony Bourdain, I was going through a lot. I was just starting working in restaurants and I noticed that I was going through some changes. I was getting better at dealing with people, at dealing with my social anxiety, at dealing with everything in my life as I overcame all the challenges that comes with working in a fast-paced environment like a restaurant. It was very funny because I would talk to my friends like, dude, I'm like, understanding myself better. I got shit on by a customer last night, but actually that, when I reflect on it, made me a better person and all that. They're like, dude, shut up, man. You're going crazy, bro. This is just a job. Go home and forget about it, right? I was like, no, bro, I am changing, and I couldn't get that off my mind, and it seems like nobody could understand me. So I was very fortunate to come across Anthony Bourdain's book, and when I read it, it was life-changing, because there is a chapter in it that he says, like, when I started working in a restaurant when I was 15 years old, it helped me with my ADHD a lot because it gave me a sense of structure where I could start and finish things and make, everything work out at the end of the day. And I remember when I read that, I was like, oh my God, this is what I'm feeling right here. Isn't it such a great feeling when you come across somebody that understands and speaks to your soul? And with all this scenario in America right now, with the ICE thing going on, the raids, all these hates and people crying, I cannot stop but wonder, what would Anthony Bourdain say? Because if you ever work in restaurants, the kitchen is all immigrants, bro.
Dos sopas de cebolla, dos green salads, steak tartare, tres princess. Solo vai anglais, New York, confit canard, filet, braised valerón, pepper steak, and pork mignon.
Oh, my first pork mignon, I'm so excited.
The kitchen doesn't give a fuck about where you come from. They give a fuck about if you can handle the job, if you can make things work, and if you can be in a fast-paced environment, pulling off what you need to pull off. And actually, Anthony, before he died, he was very outspoken about the fact that the backbone of a restaurant industry is created by the labor of immigrants. So you gotta understand that every plate you ever love, every dish that you ever had a pleasure to deal with, was created by someone